Hi, welcome to my November 20th, 2021 flowering update. And I'm going to divide them up in groups. This is my Vanda type group of orchids. And the one on the right is one you've seen before. It last bloomed this August that just passed, and it put up another spike. So it seems to do that every year. So they've been in bloom for a while now, so they're on their way out. But this one smelled kind of like coconut or pineapple kind of mixed together in the end. And the flowers opened up a lot greener and pinker, but as you could see, they're fading now. But they've been open for a good month now, so yeah, I was kind of happy for this first time bloomer. And next to it is my Varicorn Murillii, and this too has bloomed twice this year. It's its second blooming. The first time it had 8 flowers, now it has 6. And it's been in bloom now for like 6 weeks. Still fragrant. Smells like, I guess it's kind of like an offshoot of roses, I guess. Similar to that. Very pleasant. Smells all day long, all night long. Continuing on into the Paphiopedilum genera, you've seen 2 of these already. This is Paffio Spicerianum, remarkably still in bloom after, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks or so. So I'm quite pleased. I think this is going to wind up going because I think the colors now are starting to fade a bit on it. So yeah, it's put on a really good show this year. This one you've seen before, but it only had 1 bud opened. This is a sequential bloomer, so this older bud here should fall off at one point. I'm not going to tempt it off, but this is the newest one here. And there should be no other one because this little thing here in the back should be the next bud, and it's not developing. And I don't think I've shown this one before. This was a purchase from Orchid. I think I got this in the springtime. It did not have this bud. This popped up sometime in late summer, but it's been so slow. This is a Papio Hinensis. It's a very simple flower, but I don't know, I seem to be attracted to these purple-green ones. And so I hope it looks nice, but something tells me that it's so slow, it may even open up in the springtime. So this is the Fragmapedium section. As you can see, they come in many different sizes. So this little guy that you see in front, if I can reach for him, is Hane Paupau, the one that smells like roses. And that's probably on its 9th flower right now. So you can see how long the spike is. And somewhere in the pot, this second growth here, I believe, is going to be spiking soon. It's kind of hard to show. It's an early spike, so I'm not going to bother showing you. But there is a sheath in there. So I'm not sure what's going on with this one, but I don't see any new growths on it. So that's my only concern with this one. I'm glad it's blooming, but I would have really liked to see some more growths this year. So the one in front here is a cross between Schlimlii and a form of longifolium called Hardwigii. So this makes for a very small pink flower. As you can see, it's in spike and it has a new growth. The one in the back is actually the Schlimlii species, and it's in spike, but so far none of the flowers have opened properly. They've all aborted before they opened. I'm not sure why, because the plant actually did make a new growth on the bottom, so that's indicating it has enough energy. So, but the spike isn't dead, the tip is still green, and I'm still hoping that I'll get to see some flowers at one point on it. I don't know. This would be its first time blooming for me, so I'm not sure what that's all about. And this is my Fragmapedium longifolium, which is not open. I mean, the bud just fell not that long ago, and this one's just getting ready to open. But you can see this is another tall spike on this one. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is its 4th flower. So yeah, and this one also has a new growth on it. So this lovely creature here is Fritz Schomberg. This is the only Fragmapedium from the Equigenera orders that I made last summer to really thrive. It arrived with a full set of roots. None of the others arrived with any kind of healthy types of roots. And as a result, it's the only one that really took off. I would say that it took a good while. It took a good 2-3 months for this flower to develop, you know, with the spike and all. So what's exciting is that in the back, I don't know if you can see, there is another bud, and inside, further in, there is also another bud. One success from Equigenera. That would be like 1 out of 10 plants or something ridiculous. And next to it, quite in a diminutive size compared to the Fritz Schomberg, is one of its contributors. This is Fragmapedium Bessie, and I just recently found out. Very hard to show. I can't even see. Since arriving here, it's grown like 3 leaves. It's outgrown most of my Fragmapediums. So I did not expect that because it's in a really small pot compared to this guy. These are the Brassavolas, or Abrasivola Hybrids. I guess it's their time to bloom because, at least in my place, a lot of them are starting to spike. There's no flowers as of yet, but soon. This is a yellowbird, a very popular hybrid. I bought this in the springtime, so I'm glad it's showing some initiative and blooming fairly early. In the back, that's Brassavola Subufolia. And I don't know if you can see that little thing sticking out. That's pseudobulb, that's a spike. That's very interesting, though, that I got this from Beverly Lucy the cat, and hers typically blooms in the springtime in her settings, and here it always seems to bloom in the fall. This is Brassavola Little Stars, which is Nodosa times Subufolia, I believe. And I have like a couple of spikes, maybe 3 spikes. I don't know if you can see. There's one there. Oops, one there. There's one there. Anyways, there's one in the back there. So it's kind of this is their time. They bloom any time from December till February, even March sometimes. And in the back is my first Jiminy cricket division. And I don't know if you can sort of see over here. In here, I'm sorry, the lighting is not great, but there is a bud coming out, so that's good. I thought I had killed my Jiminy cricket, but that's good. That will be its second bloom of the year for this division, so quite happy with that. What I should have included in this section as well, even though it really doesn't look like a Brassavola, is Hawaii Stars, which has this guy as a parent, Little Stars. And yes, these are very fragrant. They opened up a few weeks ago, and they smell, you know, all day long, but they smell different at night than they do during the day. So yeah, Well, that's it for my orchid flowering update, but I did forget to include this guy, which is Vanda lamellata, which has recently just made a new spike. And it's pretty much spiking at about the same time it did last year. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this update. It's getting brutally cold here in Canada, and I hope you have lots of blooms, and I wish you all happy growing, and have a nice day.